Today I'm going to show you how to maintain your bagless vacuum cleaners. Bagless vacuum cleaners, the lowdown. They're very popular throughout the world today. They're very convenient to use. All you need to do is just vacuum your floor, unlock a dirt cup, empty it out, replace it, and you're done. And just because they're bagless doesn't mean they're maintenance free. A matter of fact, most people neglect these vacuums. They vacuum with them maybe like several times when they're brand new. Then they stop getting suction and the people whine and they yell the word Dyson as the solution to their problems. The biggest problem I find with these vacuums is people neglect cleaning the filters or changing the filters out. And I'll give you the basics today. And when I find a bagless vacuum cleaner in the trash, first thing I do is test it out for power, of course. And if the motor runs, I remove the hose wand from the back of the machine like this. And I put my fingers at the end and I test it out for suction. If it gets good suction, that means the filters are probably good. They're probably not dirty. But if it gets poor suction, then I look at the filters. And on this particular model, the filter is on the bottom of the dirt cup. Here's the dirt cup right here. And the dirt cup is two pieces. It's the cup and then there's the filter housing on the bottom. And what you do with this one is you unlock it like that. I'm trying to get it here. Down. Put the camera down for a second here. Kind of a pain in the neck. Here it is. Here's the filter housing, and this is the dirt cup. This fits on the bottom of there. And to take the filter assembly out of this one, you rotate it like this and unlock it, and the filter assembly is held on by these little cams here. And if you got poor suction, remove this, remove the filter assembly, then place the unit back together without the filter assembly and shove it back on the cleaner and power it up. If it gets good suction, that means your filters are dirty and need to be replaced or cleaned. And on this particular model, there's a foam filter sleeve on the outside, and there's a paper filter in the middle. Most bagless vacuum cleaners have paper filters like this. This particular model, it has like a wax coated filter, so it's easy to clean. But you got to let it sit out for a couple days. But if you got a pure white filter that is pure white and it doesn't have a wax coating, you would have to go to the store and buy a new one. Don't wash it. I highly recommend do not wash these paper filters if they're white. If they're white filters. But this one is like a wax coated one. This one could be washed. You just got to let it sit out for a couple days. And as far as this foam filter sleeve, you could wash that too. What I do is a redneck method. I take two plastic grocery bags like this and I shove the filter inside like that. This filter's already clean. And I take the handles of the bag and I lock them. And I tie them shut like this and I just clap it. Clap the filter until it gets clean. You got to do it several times. The reason why I use two bags is to prevent dust from escaping. If you use one bag, dust will more than likely escape. And you just put the foam filter sleeve back on the paper sleeve like this. Like that. dirt cup. That too. Unlock the housing. Okay, I gotta do that again. Like that. Remember, those are your cams. You put the filter assembly back. And mount it back on the dirt cup or machine. Like that. Then replace it on your machine like that. Yeah, and if you want to get more into the nitty gritty, if you want to get more into detail, you could remove this louver by just like rotating it like that out. And you could either blow it with compressed air or just wash it and leave it sit out for a couple days. But in my situation, I don't like to screw around, and I just like to blow it out with compressed air. This particular thing, I don't even maintain too much. It's mostly the foam filter sleeve on the bottom. Okay, let me get this here. Yeah, got it. And yeah, you just put it back together. Like that, lock the cup. Yeah. I strongly do not recommend you wash the paper filters, the pure white ones, the unwax coated ones, because it's not recommended. You go to the store or go online and buy a new one. Buying them online is a lot cheaper. Just like that Dirt Devil I made a video of a while back that I found in the garbage, and I had to buy a new filter for it online because the one that was at Walmart was it was way too expensive. But as far as this pistol here, it's about 4 or 5 years old now. We purchased it at Walmart. This is my preferred bagless vacuum of choice. We had no mechanical problems with it. It was just dirty filters. And I found like 3 of these vacuums in the garbage last year. Clean views, mostly clean views, and most of the problem I found with them, they had dirty filters. So I cleaned the filters up, put like a couple belts on them, and resold them on Craigslist for an average of 30 bucks a pop. And yeah, and as far as the Dyson vacuum cleaners are concerned, I really don't care for those. I mean, they may be reliable in ratings, but it doesn't matter if a Dyson is not it doesn't matter if a Dyson is good or not. All these vacuums need maintenance, and you got to clean the filters regularly, otherwise they won't run for shit. And that concludes this video, and that shows you how to maintain your bagless vacuum cleaner. Bye.